Good afternoon, beautiful, beautiful people. I hope we are all doing absolutely fantastically. It is a beautiful day out here on the Rietspruit. It's very humid, to say the least, but the sun has been out, and that is a plus. And we have bumped into body. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Do you guys have a good one? Not shabby.
Lost them. They were just 200 meters from here.
What, headed this direction?
Yeah, but maybe they went on Fescudo, I don't know.
I can loop. Sorry about that, folks. I don't even know what's going on anymore, but I choose to ignore it. I'm just smiling and waving now. We can't let the G words get to us, because if anything, Andrew will have a hissy fit and Andrew will just walk off into the bush and not return. He will be gone, because he will be hunting all the G's in the trees, because it's getting to the point where it's becoming a bit ridiculous now. But I do apologize, but we are back on track. So we're just looping this block. Rhino and Andreas have just said they saw Lula and Kalula headed this way. And obviously, as you can see, super thick, lots of vegetation. So spotting a rhino through there is going to be rather tricky. But you never know, they could have done a U-turn. So Rhino has just asked us if we can loop the block this way. So we'll do that, but what we'll do is we'll go along Ses Kudu,
Afternoon all stations, David Mobile on Deadwood.
which is a road I've actually had some very fortunate luck in terms of finding and having sightings of leopard. So that, oh, where's Ses Kudu? Aha. We're not there yet. I'm jumping the gun, folks. It's a bit further up. Now, I'm sure, well, I don't know where the stream exactly cut out, but I don't know if any of you were listening in on the conversation with Rhino. But before I say anything further, a very good afternoon to all you beautiful humans on the public channel. And a very good afternoon to our pack members. Let's see who's with us this afternoon. Good afternoon, Carol, Brian, Barbara, Betty, Mary, Elsa. I think that's everybody. I think. Please definitely put a stern word in the comments if I have missed anyone. But good to have you with us all on board. Betty, I have no idea what day it's going to be. Let's just be positive and hope for the best. That is all I can say, to be totally honest, because I don't even know. But I promise you, they annoy me as much as they annoy you. If not, they make me more aggravated, because I'll be halfway through a sentence, then I'll be like, oh, you've cut the stream, and then get back and be like, what was I saying? And then I feel like a bit of a fool having to ask Basil what I was just saying. But I hope you're all having a phenomenal afternoon. Now, I do have an update on Lula, Kalula, and the bull that's been hanging around with Lula and Kalula. And I think all you folks are going to freak. So, Where's this post Kevin made? So apparently it's likely that it's all three rhinos first. Did Matt say something? Apparently it's all three rhinos first time, but apparently, well, not apparently, there's literal video footage, and I'll play you a quick snippet just now once it's downloaded. But the rhino bull spent about 30 minutes mating with both Lula and Kalula, and all of them were survivors of poaching, so they were saved from, you know, the unfortunate outcome that would have been. But this is probably the first time that any of those three rhino have mated, and it's very exciting. Hopefully in a not short couple of months, but in a few months. I think it's 12 to 16, 17 months for a rhino. Let me just double check my facts here. Pull out my notebook here. Rhino. Oh, stay on the road, Andrew. Yeah, so I was close. 15 to 16 months of you know, carrying a little rhino. So hopefully both of them provide the Rietspruit with a little rhino. Can you imagine having two brand new calves born at pretty much roughly the exact same time? That would be something special, wouldn't it? I wouldn't mind that, folks. I wouldn't mind little baby rhinos running around the bush. And it looks like we've got a giraffe in the road. Hello, sir. Or is it a madam? I can't see. Let's get a bit closer. Seems to be a madam giraffe. Hello, you gorgeous beast. How are you doing this afternoon? Oh, she's camera shy. She's like, I'm not sticking around for you. How dare... Oh, there you go. Ellie's on Leadwood. But, boy... Oh, gorgeous bushrock calling. I don't know if any of you could hear that. I think I might skip past this giraffe for now, because we know where the giraffe is. There's a road that cuts up right. There's a gorgeous bushrock calling in the block here. Hello, madam. There seems to be a few of you, so if you don't mind, I'm going to quickly go look for a bird. But if you wouldn't mind staying here, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated, because I've got some fun new facts for all of you on giraffe. Best believe you're not going to have heard these before. But let's just put pause on giraffes for now. We're just going to go slowly past them so we don't scare them off. But they are feeding here. Yes, hello madam, you can keep an eye on me. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just smoothly driving past. There's another one just to the right of us. But I do have some very interesting new giraffe facts for all of you. I do, however, oh my gosh, what is that now walking in the road? Ah, it's old hyena tracks. I just want to see, the bird call sounded like it was coming from that direction, so I just want to see if we get onto that road that just goes back from here. See if I maybe crack a gorgeous bushrock for all our birders. It's, you know, the likelihood of us actually seeing it is not that high, just because they are such secretive birds. All the bushshrikes in general tend to be quite shy birds. They love thick vegetation that they can hide in, and they'll still call their beautiful calls like the gorgeous bushshrike was just doing now, but they'll be in thick bush, out of view of predators, where they feel safe and protected. No one's driven this road in a hot second. There's like grass this high off the floor growing here. It's okay, we can be the lawnmower this afternoon. Sure, it is so thick. It is actually crazy. It's almost as if there's no animal on the road, you're pretty much seeing nothing. I don't know if you can see anything through there, but I physically, for one, cannot. But it is just a sign of how much rain we've had in the past month or so, which has been highly needed for all the animals as well as the dams especially. There was a hyena that walked along this road quite some time last night before the rain hit. Last night we got about 10 mils of rain. Gorgeous bush shark has gone quiet, to say the least. Alrighty, we're going to do a U-turn up here, folks, and go back to those giraffe. Oh, wrong way. Copy. And for those of you who haven't already, this week's keyword of the week is queen. A lovely photograph of a lioness taken by none other than Victoria herself while she was out on a private safari. Managed to capture this stunning image, which should be on screen now, of a female lioness. I keep doing that. Oh my gosh. A lioness, forget the female part, just a lioness walking through the long grass, looking mighty powerful. It's a stunning photo. I think I might even send an email this week. So I think what we're going to do now is just head back to those giraffe, because I did some reading this afternoon and I've got 1 or 2 facts to share with you. Well, should I say new facts to share with all of you. They might blow your mind, because the one fact I learned today actually was, I didn't believe it at first. I even asked Matt back at FC to fact check it for me, just to make double sure I'm not talking absolute rubbish to you. And it turns out it was right. So that fact blew my mind away. But let's go find those giraffe real quick before I talk about them, because I'd rather talk about them whilst we are watching them. It's easier. Down with, do you remember? I went too far. Just around this bend, I think. And if there are any animals that you would like to see this afternoon, I see a giraffe. But if there's anything else that anyone would love to see, let me know, and I promise I'll do my best to try and capture that on camera this afternoon for you. But hello, madam. Yes, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well with that oxpecker situated directly in between your ossicones, but that's perfect. You go back to feeding, and I shall start telling all of you my new facts. Now, can anyone take a guess? Does a giraffe, a whale, or an elephant have the... Okay, no, I take it back, not the whale, because that's aquatic. But does a giraffe, hippo, or elephant have the biggest eye in the African bush? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to see people's answers before I give the answer away. Rosemary, so great of you to join. Glad to have you with us on board. As you can see, we have found a beautiful, beautiful female giraffe. And I'm about to spit some new facts that I learned this afternoon. But still, first question is, do giraffe, hippo, or elephant, which one of those three has the biggest eye in the African bush? Sure, people catch on quick, eh? Excuse me. It is indeed the giraffe, everybody. Let's just readjust and see if that other one in front of us is still here. Oh, there we go. Hello, you God. That oxpecker is making himself comfortable on the ossicones there. Taking a perch, looking for any potential danger nearby. But folks, indeed it is giraffe. You catch on too quickly for me to even test you. Now, something that blew my mind that I read this afternoon.
I just confirm that it is between the two rivers.
Carol, Betty, Elsa, Brian, you are all 100% correct with that. Giraffes have the biggest eye in the African animal kingdom, if you will. Now, what has thicker skin, should I ask this question? I feel like you guys have caught on quick enough to the last question, but is it an elephant or is it a giraffe? This is a trick question though, so think about that answer for a minute. But what has thicker skin, a giraffe or an elephant? They're stunning creatures though, hey? They truly are one of Africa's most photogenic creatures. And I say that because they are one of my favorite creatures to photograph. I don't post nearly enough giraffe photos, which I need to start doing. Oh, and now you're playing hide and seek. Is there a third giraffe you zoomed in on? Huh?
Yeah.
Ah. There's a third giraffe here, folks. Becky, so good to have you with us. Mary says elephant. Carol says the same thickness. Brian says giraffe. Does anyone else have any guesses before I give the answer away? Put them in now before I blurt out the answer. I'm going to bite my tongue for a bit longer. Well, no one else has any guesses. Brian, you are correct, sir. Depends whereabout on the body of the animal you're looking. Right, well, let's just go a bit more forward whilst these two are moving off. Just get a bit closer and I shall explain why. Sure, the flies are bad this afternoon. Where'd they go? Can you put it on camera there or not? Moved away. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. They are playing hard to get now. Believe it or not, there might be a gap just further up ahead here. They are moving north with us, so that's a positive for us at least. There we go. Do you want me to go forward a bit more? That's okay. Alrighty, so Brian, you were 100% correct, sir. It is indeed the giraffe. Now the reason for this is a giraffe's skin, because giraffes have such high blood pressure most of the time, their skin kind of acts as like a compression suit. She's coming to listen in on what we know about her. It acts as like a compression suit. You know when you go on an aeroplane to avoid blood clots, you put on those socks, known as compression socks. So it's basically the same thing, but the skin for giraffe acts as a compression suit throughout the body. Now, I know it's hard to believe this, but at some points in their skin, so their neck is their thickest part of their skin. That's where the thickest skin is. And believe it or not, it can be double as thick as an elephant or a hippo. And it can be up to, in some places, especially the neck, up to 16 millimeters thick. That is wild. That is more than half a ruler. That is crazy. No, surely not. This is where my math is letting me down. 16 millimeters. Reverse. What's happening? Using it? Oh, that's quite interesting. That's very unique behavior we're seeing here. Standing on the branch, but what he could be doing is pushing it down so it flicks up and scratches her underbelly. Maybe she's just got a bit of an itchy belly there. So she's trying to make sure that that flaky bark thorn flicks up and actually gets the itchy spot under her belly there. They're known to use cork bushes quite a bit for this sort of behavior. I am indeed, Carol. Please don't at me. It's been a long week. I'm doing the best I can.
I said I'm leaving the lock of the bull now, but he's mobile slowly westward, or maybe northwest. You just switch off your vehicle, you'll hear where he is. He's in this block between Lowveld of South Africa and he's gone to track.
Alright, so not half a ruler, but, you know, for the thickness of skin, if you take our skin, for example, it's almost triple our skin. Not even double that of an elephant per se, but it comes close. But the neck of a giraffe is the thickest skin in the African bush. If you take an elephant all over, it probably still would outcompete with the giraffe, but a giraffe's neck skin is very, very thick and powerful. Sure, it is humid this afternoon, folks. Hey, Basil? It's quite humid. Just a tad bit. Good afternoon, Connie. I hope you're doing fantastically. We've started off this afternoon with a bang. We've had 3 lovely sightings of giraffe hanging around here. We've just been chatting about the giraffe, so you haven't missed too much. But I'm hoping they've just called in something, and I'm hoping they're still sleeping. So we're going to head there next.
I'm responding to the sighting of the site. I am at the corridor now.
Okay, my map's upside down.
Coming along the cut line, then go on to about 100 meters from the fence.
right. Oh, I didn't even see this one in the road. Hello, madam. Where did you come from? She's like, I don't want to talk to you, Andrew. I just want to go munch my trees. Such beautiful animals, aren't they? Eh? Are the rest going to follow swiftly after, or are they going to give us a chance to carry on? It looks like they might cross. Let's just sit and wait and see. I think they're going to. Alrighty, maybe not. Alrighty folks, we're gonna love and leave these beautiful, beautiful giraffe, and we're going to slowly make our way towards the east. We're gonna head further east. Goodbye, you beautiful giraffe. Always got to show them a bit of love. Send them the love. But like I mentioned at the start of drive, it's actually such a beautiful afternoon. There is quite thick cloud cover to the east of us, quite a big towering cumulonimbus over there, which could indicate that there is rain going to happen later on this evening. But for now, above us, it's clear. So we'll take it. Let's just turn this up a tiny bit. See what we're missing out on. No leopard tracks, eh? And we found on our Zoom drive yesterday in one of the drainage lines, we found some pretty prominently fresh male leopard tracks. And the reason we could tell that they were male and not female was just due to the size of that front paw. It was quite large, and I actually have a photo. I shall show you when we get to our next stop. But I want to just try and make a bit of headway whilst we're moving. Just make sure I stay on the right road. But this is the sunsloot we're basically following. Sunsloot's just to our left here, the riverbed. So we're going to keep going along and following it until we can cut off to spoor snares. I'm pretty much about to expose what we're going to, but I kind of need to know if they're there or not, or if it's just how many individuals are there. Sergio for Andrew. Sorry Serge, my radio was down. Is it the pride or just one male there at Spoorsnes and the fence line? Copy. Sammy for Andrew.
Found them. It's a prize. It's a lot from yesterday.
Copy that. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, that was a clear spoiler alert, if you will. If you're big into movies, we spoiled that quite a bit. We are, yes, indeed responding to the pride, but now we are going the wrong way. We need to go that other road, that little slipway that was to the left of us. What was that? Are you sure? It didn't sound like a mud flap. It sounded a bit worse than a mud flap. It was a mud flap. Good call. Rather safe than sorry though. Rather double check before anything worse were to happen if it wasn't the mud flaps. So we're going to take this cheeky little right turn here, and this should take us onto Poachers, which will then take us onto Spoorsnes. And then we have to travel just a bit along the Spoorsnes towards the fence line. Apparently that's where the pride is at the moment. Currently they're stationary, but it is a cooler afternoon than it was yesterday, so who knows, maybe they get up on the move a bit earlier. So that's kind of why I want to kind of get there as quick as possible.
Follow on below bank. Get that vehicle number 7, please. You'll be number 7. Copy, thank you, 7.
Nothing standing out to me at the moment in this little riverbed here. So we'll keep going along. Ooh. Sorry, Basil. There's a bit of a hole there that just came out of the blue. And now we are on the right track, folks. Alrighty, but it's been a good week out on the Rietspruit this week. It's not like we haven't seen much. We've been spoiled with the Ellies. They gave us some drama on Monday afternoon. Tuesday on our Zoom drive, we got to see some little warthog piglets. Wednesday, did we see the cheetahs on Wednesday? I think so. Cheetahs on Wednesday, Pride on Thursday, so we've done well this week. We've done well. I wouldn't mind catching up with my bye-bye and cub though as well. That would be awesome. And best believe for our birders out there, I am going to be keeping a swift eye out for any birds that I think are new and we can tick off your list. That is also a task at hand this afternoon. Betty, I agree with you. They do have the prettiest eyelashes in the whole animal kingdom. I wish I had just as pretty eyebrows as they do, well, eyelashes. Although, I can't complain. I didn't get too bad eyelashes, if you will. I think we're doing okay. Aha! Carol's come to the rescue once again, reminding us that we had Kinky Tail and Elvis vocalizing for us at least a couple of times. So it has been a productive week, if you will. The string of stars are still sprouting everywhere. They are, when I say everywhere, just any road you go on, they're there. They're everywhere. It's actually quite wild how much there is. Right, for a change, there's actually a section of road where there's not a single string of stars. Which I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying it's nice to see a section though that's still different to the rest of the reserve, you know. Change is good. What do we have up there? See that bird, Basil? Let's see, what does... Oh my gosh, is that a Marico flycatcher? Or an ashy flycatcher? Let's go to our bird app real quick and have a look here.
The 2 rhino cows are now at the monitoring system.
Alright. It's definitely not a Marico flycatcher. White-tailed spotted flycatcher maybe? Oh yes. That indeed is what it was, folks. A spotted flycatcher. If you have a look on my phone here, just to make Basil's life more tough. What is going on with my phone? There you go, you can see those striped markings, spotted markings, if you will, on the chest there. So if I had to take a gander, it is a spotted flycatcher, but what I'm going to do is yeah, no, that's definitely the call that we heard. So, for those birders who haven't ticked it off yet, you now can, and
I'm leaving
so can I. Awesome. Bird number 1 down and dusted. Let's carry on and see what other birds we can tick off as well. Ow. It's okay, Becky. I'm sure they'll do it again for us. They do like vocalizing every now and then. They're not camera shy in terms of vocalizing. This is a bit. Seeing any flies. It was. How lucky are we, Carol? That's one for the list. Even I didn't have. Out on the Rietspruit this afternoon. Who knows? We hopefully get a second one we can tick off the list. That we can all tick off the list. But very, very chuffed with the spotted flycatcher. Now, let's learn a bit about said spotted flycatcher, although I've left the app now. Spotted. Trying to do this and watch the road is quite tricky, so if I go off the road, please don't shout at me, folks. I'm doing my very best. So, apparently they're a common non-breeding Palearctic migrant. So they're present from October till March, April. Apparently they've been recorded here in May as well. So those are the late stragglers that catch the last bus back over. But their preferred habitat is open woodlands and gardens. And they basically forage on insects, small fruit, and what else? Let's just have a look here. Apparently, one of their favorite foods is the Mopani emperor moth, which is quite a large moth. And even when it's in its caterpillar phase, is even quite a large, very vibrantly green. This is not the road I planned to come out on. This is Lowveld of South Africa. Looks like it. I must look like I don't know what I'm doing right now, folks, but when I tell you, lately everything looks the same with the vegetation being so thick. You can get kind of confused in between, but nonetheless, we're still headed in the right direction. The eastern fence line is directly north of us here. Quite a bit further up, of course, but we are headed slowly in the right direction. But, sure, favorite food? Mopani emperor moth. That's quite an impressive meal for quite a small bird to devour. So they probably, if they catch one emperor moth, they probably won't need to eat for like the rest of the day. It's like me, I had the biggest breakfast I've ever had in my life this morning, and I don't think I need to eat until Sunday afternoon. Got some giraffe tracks here. And then here's just another great example as to why finding animals in summer can be so difficult. You've got all this still water that basically accumulates in all these low-lying areas, aka any divot in the bush. It can be here in these drainage lines, it could be just straight in the thicket. But this is what makes game viewing so tough in summer, is because the animals don't have to travel so far to water. Meanwhile, if I wanted to travel to drinkable water, I'd have to go all the way home. And we're not about to do that. That's why we bring water with us. But hold on, folks. This looks like a bit of a bumpy incline. Nah, it wasn't too bad. Not like that western fence line of ours. That is a shocking road. If anything, that road should be taken off the map and there should be caution signs on either side if you're traveling south or north along it. Caution, big rocks, very bumpy, not pleasant to drive along. I think I should maybe make a sign. I'll add that to my to-do list. Make a sign for the western fence line. I smell fresh rhino dung. Do you see is there a midden on the left there? Ah, here. Is this what you were talking about, hey? Yeah. Good eye. It's fresh scent marking here. And I don't know, I don't see a midden, but I can smell rhino dung. Can you? Who knows, maybe it's even just, I don't know necessarily, I'm not that experienced yet, but I don't necessarily know. Ah, there it is. Yeah. I was about to say it could be the urine we're smelling, but there's the fresh rhino dung with a couple of dung beetles hiding in between it. Let me roll back for you, Basil.
There were some rhino as well earlier, but I'm sure they've moved on.
There we go. There's the fresh dung. And there you can see the dung beetles enjoying that pile of dung. It's not the freshest smelling smell in the world, is it? Even though it is just completely grass, because white rhinos are grazers and all they eat is grass, but grass should smell better, but it doesn't. It's better than lion scat, I'll tell you that. The lion left us a present last night whilst he was vocalizing, and then where we parked, I was directly downwind, not even 5 meters from where he deposited his treasure, if you will, and got the full whiff, and yeah, I was not enjoying that, eh? That I wouldn't recommend to my enemy's enemy. It's foul smelling. It just reeks of death. Probably got a bunch of tapeworms and things crawling through it, so it's not something you want to stick around and be able to smell. And here you go, all the string of stars again in abundance all over once again. So like I said, it was nice to just see a bit of the reserve that's changed just a little bit. Like here you can see less string of stars again. There's still 1 or 2 every now and then, but here it's different again. And oh, that just caught my eye. So going back to that giraffe, folks, that was using that flaky bark thorn to flick the tree up and down and try and scratch its belly. So I did mention there, whilst we were stationary there, that giraffes often use the cork bush. And this tree right over here, that actually has been broken. is a cork bush. They've got these very unique leaves. They almost look like a weeping wattle, but not definitively like a weeping wattle, which is one of the characteristics that gives it away. But also this very thin trunk, if you will. This main stem is rather thin. And what would normally happen is in the flowering season, you would see the most beautiful, colorful purple flowers growing throughout here. And basically, what the giraffe does, Andrew's going to look like a clown on the interwebs. I'm glad it's on YouTube because it'll stay there forever. But basically, the giraffe goes over and pretend these are my giraffe front legs, if you will. I'm not going to go too far, but basically, the giraffe will use this to scratch its belly. And then it will move off. I didn't do it justice because I'm not 3 meters tall, but I hope you get the gist of it. Speaking of, I could have used this one. There's a cork bush to the left of us, which is a lot better of an example. Lots of thin stemming branches that branch outward, which allow more surface area to be scratched, which is one of the reasons I think giraffe prefer these trees to other trees. But quite interesting that they actually, you know, it's one of their favorite trees to actually scratch their bellies on. You often see them doing it on... Did I just pop a tire? Stick. Okay. Than most other tree species. So just quite interesting to take note of. And there's that dark sky that we didn't want to see, but you can see it's moving in with some force. But that definitely will lower the temperature in a little bit, which means cats might be out on the move, and that is exactly where we're headed next. Go see if we can't catch up with the pride for a little bit. We won't unfortunately be finding our cheetah brothers this afternoon, so the trifecta is out of the question, but who knows? The other day we managed to get cheetah and lion. Who knows, maybe today we might get lion and leopard. But Basil and I were discussing this at the beginning of the drive, and I was like, Basil, how many leopards have you seen with me as your guide? And he was like, 1. Meanwhile, it's been 2, but the one sighting was that brief sighting where I just saw the tip of the tail go into the bush. He unfortunately didn't see any of it. So I've got to do better as your guide, Basil. I think I'm letting you down here, sir. So we are going to try and find a leopard a bit later. I need to upskill for Basil. I'm joking. It's just how infrequent leopard sightings are lately. Also, with this thick vegetation, it's just going to make it even harder to see a leopard, unless you're very lucky and you have one walking in the road. But I feel like that will predominantly happen at night time, where they feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident. It's almost like they're in their most powerful mode, you know, they're not scared of anything. That's where they walk with oomph. So we're about to hit Hoofpad, folks, so we are... Oh, hello, you beautifuls. Do you guys have any babies with you? Let me just reposition for you. How's that? Just to get the babies in the shot. Look at all these Impala lambs, everybody. Oh my goodness. Hello, you cute little thing. Sure, they've grown quite large already since they were born. They are just to die for, the baby Impalas. Honestly, one of the cutest things in the African bush. Their gestation period of an Impala is around 6.5 months, and that makes sense because the mating season is in May, and then they give birth just after the first rains, which is towards the end of November, early December. And males will only reach sexual maturity. Well, they reach sexual maturity at 16 months, but they only obtain the right to mate at the age of 4, which is quite wild. Whereas females are sexually mature from 13 months onwards, which is quite wild. But it makes sense because obviously you'll have all these other dominant rams that are pretty much 10 times the size, have a couple of years more experience on them, they know how to fight, whereas the young Impala male growing up doesn't really know how to fight, still has to learn that with the rest of the herd here. You know, it's pretty incredible though. And this is a large herd of Impala, folks. This is one of the bigger herd of Impalas I've seen on Rietspruit. Lots of females with their little young ones, but all these young ones seem to be very, very healthy and in very good nick, so they're doing something right. And there at the back you can see one of probably the dominant ram of this herd. You see him there, Basil? Yeah, there you go. Basil's got him perfectly in frame there, whilst still managing to capture all the lovely babies. Good shot, sir. Oh, it's incredible, hey? And this is quite a nice sighting of Impala, because we know our Impala are quite skittish, so when they stick around like this, I do tend to stick around for a bit and actually enjoy a sighting like this, because they're not just running off. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to see which ones are going to be young males and have those little toothpicks poking out of their skull soon. That baby's watching us intently, like, what's this man having a sip of here? Meanwhile, it's just my lychee juice. Sorry, sir, I can't share it with you. I wish I could. I mean, if you want to get drinks after this, Mr. Baby Impala, we can, but I don't think Mom would approve. Here I am having a full-on conversation with the Impala. Oh, it's funny. Oh, so Mary did have the spotted flycatcher. Oh, thank you, Carol. I try my best, but that made my heart warm. I could shed a tear with what you just said there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not going to get emotional, though. Power up, Andrew. Alrighty. Impala Lars, my darlings, and Mr. at the back there, they are a pride of lions, like not even 300 meters down the road to the east of you. So I suggest you get highly mobile west highly quickly, which is good because they actually are moving in the general west direction. So we'll take that. But how many babies are here? Awesome to see so many. You could almost call this an Impala nursery. 15 adult Impala, female Impala, of course. Wild. Such a nice big herd of Impala there. You can actually see, like, what I'm putting on is actually like, that was a big herd to witness on a, oh, something flew in my eye. A big herd to witness on a reserve like this. And I think the thing that made it for me an amazing sighting is the fact that they didn't just take off. They kind of stuck with us. Aha, I've messed up. We should have gone left. Sorry folks, bear with me. These roads are all starting to look pretty much identical. It's kind of hard to pinpoint where you are, but I just saw the mountain, so I was like, we're clearly headed in the wrong direction. So Spoorstnes, if we keep going straight, Spoorstnes will be the next right turn, and then it's about 200 meters or so to the fence, so not long now. Let's just get in touch with Sergio, who, believe it or not, is one of the owners on Leadwood here. He was on my Fagasa course with me. Him and I studied together. And now he's a homeowner on Leadwood. Small world there, small world. Sergio for Andrew. Sorry, my radio is down again. Was it left an open lock?
There's one station on its way down.
Copy, thanks. Alrighty, so apparently a station's on the way. But technically so are we, so there's 2 stations on the way. Who knows, maybe we even beat that other station to them. So this, folks, is Spoorstens, and to the left of us is actually a really nice open sodic area. Of course, Basil can't really put it on camera for you now, just because it is so thick, but just behind this thick layer of bush is actually a really open sodic area that our Pride have enjoyed previously in the past quite a few times. They're no strangers to this little sodic area, as well as they also love that sodic area just behind Theokoi Dam, which is where I feel like they often hiding when I'm tracking them in that area. Sabota Lark. Just get that on camera quick for all our birders. Folks, have you ticked off Sabota Lark? Let me check if I have. Surely I have. I have to have. Otherwise I'm slacking. Well, that's not good at all. That's not good. I don't know if you folks can hear that in the sky, but that's not good. Aha! I have picked the Sabota Lark. Beautiful, beautiful little LBJ. What I mean by LBJ is a little brown job. Actually pretty, oh, okay. As I was about to say, he's pretty calm with us. He flew off. Now, I must say, I do need to improve with my LBJs. And the term LBJ pretty much means little brown job. Out of the 900 and something species of birds in Southern Africa, around pretty much half, is that a vulture? Sorry, it's just another bird to add to the list. But I swear to... Yo, look at that! Oh, what? That vulture, I'm gonna stay here. That's beautiful. If it shines again, Basil, yeah, keep it like that. Keep it like that. Oh, champion. Perfect framing, sir. Let's just wait and see if it happens again. But I don't know if you folks heard the thunder and lightning in the background, but there it is if you didn't hear it. I hope you heard it that time. I hope my voice didn't cover it too much. Oh, thanks, Barbara. You guys really know how to make someone's heart warm. I hope you know that. And I hope you do. And I hope you know you do a phenomenal job at it as well. Makes me feel very, very special and valued. So a big thank you to all of you. Oh, thanks, Mary. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can get this vulture with lightning in the background. Come on, lightning. Strike. That wasn't the lightning, that was just me, folks. If you hear a lion roaring, it's not a lion roaring either, it's my tummy. But don't tell the whole world. But it doesn't look like the lightning wants to play ball here now, but you can see those dark clouds behind this white-backed vulture. So hopefully the white-backed vulture is another new one for all your lists for this year. I think I actually might, Carol, I know you said you unfortunately lost your list when upgraded. I might just start a new list so I can be on the same level as all of you, and then we work together towards increasing the birds as well. I think that might make it even more like rewarding for me in a sense, because if I get it and I know how psyched I get it, I know how psyched all of you are getting as well when we're putting this very same bird on camera. But I don't know if he's just looking for a roost for the night, or if these lions have possibly made a kill somewhere. I don't see any other vultures there. But if Basil zooms out real quick, sorry Basil, I know I'm making life difficult, I apologize. So basically you see that dark orange cloud there. From there to there, basically if you can show that whole cloud here, because there's that bluish sky there, and then so if you can go right a bit more, you've got the shot, perfect. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There, stop. So either side, to the right and left, you can see a bit of blue sky. But in between this blue sky is one of those clouds called a towering cumulonimbus, and you can literally hear the thunder coming from it. And I don't know if you saw that, but there's lightning coming from it as well. So I think what we should do is Andrew must stop wasting time and take us to the Lion Pride, which is what we shall do. I'm also quite chuffed. I managed to find my spare hat that I scored last year, because I managed to somehow lose my hat, and then 5 days later I asked for a new one, and then that very same afternoon I found my old hat hiding in the cubby hole here. So we've now got two. Sorry, I saw a lion, Basil. Sorry, lions. You guys look like you are all very full. Andrew on lock with the Pride. Isn't this something? I might even have to pull out the camera just now, folks, for myself even. Especially with all these string of stars. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pull a bit forward because it sounds like there's another vehicle coming in. But there is blood on at least two of the individuals' faces here, so I can safely say they have eaten something quite recently. Oh, there we go. Go give your sister some love. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's a bit violent, girls. Calm down. Calm down. How awesome is this though with the string of stars? It almost, oh my gosh, Basil, that back left leg, the front left leg, there's a wound there. I don't know if you can all see that, folks, but there's actually a wound on the one. Sorry, girls, that's just my beanbag. Calm down. Let's just turn that radio down as well. But, sure. Oh, isn't that sweet, eh? This is actually beautiful, especially with all these string of stars in the way. Not even in the way, I'm being silly now. If anything, making it even more beautiful. Look at that, everyone. And the reason why my nest keeps looking up to the sky is there is a yellow kite circling. I don't know where it's got. Oh, there it is behind us. No, don't worry, it's over there. Or it was in the sky there, but there's another one in the tree there. Oh. Lovely little yellow kite. That's just ridiculous. Oh, what a treat that we got to see these girls. You know me, as much as I love the males, I think the pride is my favorite. Hey Basil, what would you say? Do you prefer the males or the pride? What you going for? Just looking for something more comfortable. This is ridiculous, folks. I smell death. Do you smell that? They definitely have a kill nearby. How's it, guys? Do you guys smell that? Oh, sorry, I know I didn't shower this morning, but I didn't think I smelled that bad. But I don't know, it smells like it. I'm getting a whiff of death, hence why I just wanted to check if you guys are smelling it as well. And then the yellow-billed kites flying over as well, eh? Special. Hello, my girls. I really want to know what they killed. Wait, is that the kill there? Oh, sorry, my darling. Didn't mean to spook you. I'm just getting the binoculars out. What are you doing? Excuse me. Sorry, folks. Still recovering from sickness. Basil, just quickly for me. In here, directly in line, like in front. There, it looks like there's something there. Something hidden in the grass.
There's two cheetah spots there. They're heading south. Corridor. They're heading south along the fence line.
Yeah, there we go. That looks like an Impala. It looks like, oh, that looks like a stick. It could be a horn, it could be a stick. I suppose from here it's just a bit... Just put the camera back on me for a second so people can see my facial reaction, because I don't know how much longer we should stay here, but there's lots of lightning and lots of thunder and I'm very petrified at the moment. It's right above, how does that work? We're on the eastern corner right above us. Is there lightning and haste as well? Oh, there's the towering cumulonimbus. I think we'll give it another couple of minutes, folks, and see if it doesn't just pass over, but it looks like there's a big storm about to brew this side of the world. And to be totally honest with you, as much as I love each and every individual of you, I don't particularly want to risk my life. I know it sounds quite selfish, but I don't want to risk my life for everybody else. You know, I want to risk my life for my own sake, not just for banter. But there is big lightning, big thunder happening all around us. I'm sure you can hear it through the microphone. There's also these three yellow-billed kites going absolutely berserk here. They must know there's a carcass nearby. They can also smell the death clearly. Going back and forth, looping around. Oh. sure. It's getting intense. You can see just to the right on the top right hand side of your screen, everybody, just how dark and ominous that cloud is looking. In our shot. There you go. Now, so this is Hazel's made it look darker for all of you folks, but what Hazel's just done now is what I'm seeing at the moment. So that's just to show you how hectic the the incoming storm is. Sure, this sister at the front wasn't too chuffed with her sister crawling on her back. She's picking each and every individual sister to go say hello to, see which one gives her the least grief. I can smell that death prominently now, eh? It's actually quite wild how prominent that smell is of death. I mean, one thing I had no idea about until I actually moved to the bushveld was how bad the smell of a carcass can actually get. And I don't know if you can hear that, folks, but that is the yellow-billed kites circling above us. I definitely do smell death, though. It must be a carcass in there somewhere that you put on camera earlier. It must be an Impala or an Impala carcass. I'd love to go further into the bush, but don't think we'll be doing that this afternoon. Not happy with the flies, this one closest to us. Indeed, it is all five for a change, Carol. It is all five. Good to see them all back together, right? You know, always get like, oh, where did the one go when they split up? Are they okay? Like, you always just start wondering about the unnecessary, if you will. Maybe the sky is telling me to leave, but if the sky is telling me to leave, it means I need to leave all of you, and I'm not willing to do that just yet. I'm going to push my luck and see if we get lucky. Still completely clear right above us. Everywhere else around us is not looking great, but even behind us is just not good. Oh no, what are we going to do? Like I said, we'll just play by ear. The fact that we get to put the pride for a bit all together, I'm just appreciating this whilst we have it. If we have to leave, I'm sure the universe will tell us we have to leave. Mum, I'm always dramatic. Like, surely you know this by now. Absolutely beautiful though, with the field of string of stars around them. It's a surreal sighting, this, eh? They are super relaxed, and they're all very full, so they must have eaten something. I just wonder what it is. Who's this closest to us? Why do you keep looking at me like you want to eat me? You don't want to eat me. I'm very stinky. I haven't showered. No, I'm joking, folks. I have. I'm just trying to convince the lion not to eat me. Look at those eyes. She's like, I see you. You're a piece of meat. You look like an awesome T-bone steak to me. But, I mean, like I said, it's actually surreal with all the string of stars in between. definitely photogenic, to say the least. I've literally just pulled out my camera now, just in case I get lucky. Absolutely incredible. This lioness isn't even 5 meters away from the vehicle, staring at us intently like that. Just gives you an idea of actually how habituated this pride really is. They honestly, unless you pretty much park on top of them, pretty much unfazed by vehicles. And when you bump into them on foot as a human being, they're pretty much unfazed as well. I've bumped into them and all, back when we had 6 lionesses, all 6 of them looked at me. And they just looked at me whilst I tippy-toed back to the house and not my tent. But they looked at me. They didn't do anything. They didn't try anything. They just were like, okay, cheers, see you later. Now, question is, which one's Bucket? Which one is Bucket? Yo, that death is prominent. Smells super deadly. There's another yellow-billed kite flying over us. No shame, don't worry. Shot, Basil. Appreciate you trying, sir. He was moving way too quickly. He's looking for the carcass. That's the yeah, if anything, this one closest to us, Mary, I agree with you, is the one that always gives me grief, aka the one who always looks like she wants to eat me. It's kind of hard to tell which way the wind's coming from because I can smell the death. I want to just, if it is coming from straight in front of us, then I know that thing Basil put on camera earlier must be the carcass. That's a stunning shot you have right there, Basil. You think that's Bucket? Yeah. I actually concur with you. But then again, I'm no professional at telling Bucket apart from the others. That's Carol and Mary. It's the same as you. Yeah. He gave me inspiration. Basil's framing on that shot right there gave me inspiration, folks. I've now just taken a photo pretty much identical to what he's got framed up there. And Mary, I don't stand to be corrected. I think you're 1000% correct. This one closest to us is definitely the one that normally gives me attitude, drama, whatever you want to call it, the run around. But there is big rain incoming, everybody. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened to my voice there. But there's definitely big rain incoming. Sounded like a high school kid there for a second. Oh, gosh. Right. Are you girls going to get up and get on the move for us? Or are you guys feeling rather lazy after your meal? There's one that just kind of got up, but she's basically just giving herself a scratch. Maybe grooming even. These yellow-billed kites keep coming back, eh? Carol, do you mean the flat one at the back or the flat one next to us here? So I don't know, I did mention this on the Zoom drive yesterday, but for those of you who weren't there, lions will actually eat grass. And it basically, what it does for them is it kind of acts as a laxative to kind of get rid of the internal parasites like tapeworm. Also helps them if they've got indigestion. You know, kind of like your dog will eat grass in the garden and then it'll get a bit of a runny tummy. Oh my gosh. I'm just waiting for the big boom so I don't need to change my pants later. Where's the big boom? There was a huge bolt of lightning that just hit. I'm just waiting for the dodosh. There's the big douche. You know what it could also be smelling? Like, highly legitimately could just be smelling a lot of lion scat. Kind of smells like lion scat at the same time. No, that must be because of the carcass. But there's definitely lion scat around as well. Somewhere in this long grass, there's a load of lion scat sitting somewhere. The flat one at the back. Do you want to just zoom into that one's ear for me real quick, Basil? Thank you, sir. Absolute champion. Carol! You know what? I've learned never to doubt Carol or Mary or Barbara when they tell me it's bucket. I just go with it because they're the experts, not me. I will take your word for it, ladies. Mary agreed. It is pretty far away, but regardless, when you see the big white flash in the sky, it doesn't seem so far away, if you will. Still pretty intimidating. Sometimes it's just hilarious watching a lion, especially when the flies are attacking them and they're trying to bite the oxygen above them. But what an unreal sighting for this afternoon, folks. I didn't think we'd get this lucky. I thought the pride would have been on Leadwood or Kaya this morning. I mean this afternoon, just because a male lion was found on Leadwood near the gate this morning. And we know that they were in the south last night, so they clearly moved quite a bit. Weird and wonderful life of a lion. This one that Basil's put on camera keeps waking up every 30 seconds to try and groom herself, aka also catch a fly every now and then. Oh, there you go. Now she's up. She's fed up with the fly. Oh, big yawn from the lioness closest to us. Can you give us another yawn, madam? It would be greatly appreciated, especially now that Basil's got the camera on you. Quite rude that you do it when Basil's not on you. The audacity, eh, Basil? Oh, the audacity, eh? Sure. There's another lioness getting up. We could be in for action here, folks. They look like they're slowly getting active. Never mind. Another one's gone back down. There's another one rolling onto her onto the other side there. I'm curious to see what this one right here does. Yeah. Are you gonna go to your sister? Oh. Very aggressive, eh? It's like, you know, I just want to come get some sisterly love here. But you're not making my life easy at the moment. Oh, that's stunning. That is gorgeous. Look at that. That's sisterly love. I'll even put my arm around you to make sure you feel safe through the lightning storm. Oh. I wish I had a lioness sister. Seems like they do love one another every now and then. It sounds like there's another station rocking up without having called in. Which vehicle is approaching now?
Sorry, it's David here. I'm actually passing by. You guys have the pride there.
Affirm.
Do you have 2 stations there? Can I pull in quick?
There are 2 stations here. If you give me 2 minutes, I'll be making my way anyway.
Copy, thanks.
Alrighty, folks. I think we're gonna. Oh, I think it's time we make way for another vehicle. I'll go this way around, don't worry. No, Shame, don't worry. You guys can stay. I just want to make space for that other vehicle. Shame, we've been here a while. I'll just go through this gap here. I just need to pull forward. I just don't want to spook the lions either. Alrighty. Let's make headway here. Alright, you good there, Basil? Alright, we're just going to go slowly, folks, so we don't spook the lions. Hello, my darn girls. Don't look at me like I'm food. I'm not food. I'm not a T-bone steak here. I am a vehicle. Cheers, guys. Have a great day, eh? Take care of my girls for me. David for Andrew. Sure, I feel like we're going into the unknown here. Wait to the thing. But let me just pull this like this so the vehicle can't hide me. It's just watch them. Forget about camera. Just watch. Just don't want a flat tire while we off-road here. Are they good still? Yeah. No, we didn't bother them. Try to earn that for you guys all. There. Good. Shame if you guys go just around the corner, there's a lot easier access. Yeah, for sure. Take care, guys. Alrighty. Well, considering last night's luck with Kevin, I'm just gonna quickly stop for Basil so Shane he can mount the camera back on. But there's a beautiful view of the moon just further up ahead. So we'll have a quick stop at that, and then I think what we'll do is we'll try our luck and see if we don't maybe find Lula and Kalula on the airstrip, getting up to naughty business, if you will. Aha! It's not the moon, it's actually the sunset. I thought it was literally just a little patch of the moon in between all the grey clouds that have pretty much circled us everywhere. Matt, is it raining at Haste yet? Because it looks like the rain's about to come from the north as well. Okay. So folks, what I'm going to do is, I don't think I'll actually stop for the sunset. You can just make it out just there in the top left of screen. Basically where we're now, yeah, right. But I don't think I'm going to stop. I can actually see rain coming down in the distance from the north. So I think what I'm going to do is try and avoid that. So we're going to just keep headed further south, which actually aids us in terms of trying to find Lula and Kalula. But this could be a huge risk. But before we carry on south, I think what I'm going to do is quickly just stop at Lowveld of Dam and see if there's nothing hanging around there. Who knows, I might even find a hyena hanging about. I've seen lots of tracks of hyena this afternoon, more than I've seen in quite some time. So I'm actually quite hopeful that there might be one or two individuals actually roaming the Rietspruit at the moment that haven't gone through the fence. Oh, but we are quite far actually. Nah, we'll skip that. That rain's coming in quite quickly. So we'll head actually straight for the airstrip itself, which is not a train wreck at all. I mean, there might be mating rhinos on the airstrip for all we know. Let's go check it out and see what's waiting for us on the airstrip. Getting beetles in my shirt as we speak. It has been lovely, and I'm glad we did get to spend a bit of time with the lovely ladies of the Rietspruit. Mary, you said that perfectly. And you know me, they are my favorite cats on the reserve, obviously beside the spotted death cat that we see once every 6 months. But I do love the ladies of the Rietspruit. I love our boys so much, but I love our ladies just a little bit more. They've just each got their own unique personality. Every now and then the boys are pretty much the same. Flat, vocalizing, flat, vocalizing. The ladies, you know, like the one that always gives me grief, you know, her and I have a very special relationship. She thinks she can torment me, and by all means she does. I just don't let her know that she does. So she thinks she does, but I haven't given her the satisfaction yet. If anything, I've given satisfaction to the male lion I nearly kissed on that one drive. I think that's the closest I've come to a male lion, like at my door. Like, I turned around and the male lion was here. Like right here. It was ridiculous. I think that, yeah, it's the closest I've come to any dangerous animal, actually. Yeah, I've had a few close calls with elephants. The one elephant in the Pilansberg lifted my vehicle on 2 wheels as well. But yeah, that wasn't a story I like to share, just because it wasn't great. I moved completely out of the road for it, and it still decided to Oh, Andrew, what are you doing here? Let me cause drama, because elephants just love doing that with me for some reason. But had some close calls with Ellie's, but I think that's the closest that I've been to a very, very dangerous animal. In terms of without knowing it was there, because it literally was right behind me. Even Mary had words to say about it. Oh gosh. Crikey. That was a scenario. That was a sighting, to say the least.
Is that not obscuring?
I'm not seeing Lula and Kalula anywhere. Maybe after last night's businesses, they decided tonight they're going to take a breather and hide away in the thickets. But all the bugs are coming out in full force now that the sun is down and our headlights are on. Now, one thing I would love to know, folks, is where are Mabai and Cub at the moment? And believe it or not, the males were seen on Leadwood the other day. I think it's now the 4th or 5th time they've been seen there. And Kevin was actually asking stations with the cheetahs if they were scent marking, just to see if they're not adding Leadwood now to a part of their territorial boundary as well, which would be quite awesome. But apparently no one's seen them scent marking as of yet. They saw it once, but not continuously, as if they were trying to mark territory, if you will. Let's go this way today. Go past that open area that was just recently burnt. See if we can't crack a serval, why don't we? Oh, it's a tree branch that looked awfully a lot like a serval, speaking of them, but turned out to be a tree branch. But yeah, no, it's quite peculiar how, you know, there are definitely serval and caracal roaming this reserve. However, you rarely see tracks, you rarely see them. So they are quite elusive on this reserve, to say the least. If you go to places like the Pilanesberg, your possibility of seeing a serval actually increases, because serval in the Pilanesberg, believe it or not, have actually become quite habituated. So a serval will be walking in the road and you can follow it. I've had that on multiple occasions whilst I was still guiding in the Pilanesberg. So I do miss seeing the smaller, more elusive cats. I also got to see caracal quite a bit whilst in the Pilanesberg. And obviously, of course, definitely got very privileged and fortunate with the spotted death cat. Not so much anymore, but we did have a phenomenal leopard sighting just before we closed for the holidays. With myself and Gareth, we had the blowbunk male at Leadwood at Searcoy Dam, and he stuck around for almost 8, 9, maybe even if we're lucky 10 minutes. So that was a sighting I won't forget anytime soon. You're keeping your eyes peeled for eye shine, Basil. Oh, sorry, Impala-lalas. We shall skip you and look for the next set of eyes. Isn't it incredible how thick and tall this section has grown since we burnt? It's wild. It's like we haven't burnt in ages already again. Oh, well, I mean, we certainly cannot complain about our afternoon this afternoon. Those lions with those strings of stars next to them were just off the charts, actually. That made my day. Like, I mean, if you're having a bad day and then you see lions in a field of a string of stars, it kind of just... I'm having a good day. A great day. A great day. Not a good day. A great day. So I hope all of you are now having a fantastic day as well. Oh, more Impala. Sure, there's a lot of Impala activity out this afternoon. Yeah, Mary, I should hope so too. It definitely was the closest, and I hope to never get back to getting that close again, because that was complete fluke. He snuck up on me. How's it, my boys? So it seems to be quite a big bachelor herd here, but they don't seem... There's the thunder, there's the lightning, but they don't seem too nervous with the vehicles today. I'm actually kind of appreciating the Impala for not being too skittish today, because as we know, oftentimes they are probably one of the most skittish animals on the Rietspruit. So when they do stick around, it is quite a treat. Now what you'll see me doing with the torch is almost shining it up and down, and the reason for that is you never know, there could be bush babies or something in a tree, and it just allows you to cover as much surface area of your surroundings as possible to look for that eye shine shining back. So kind of just basically do a long M. So you basically just go M, 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 and vice versa. And it, I don't know, for me it works. For other people it doesn't work per se, but it works for me, so I shall stick to doing that. And also, like I mentioned on Wednesday evening's drive, you know, it's not only chameleons you can find using the shine back method. You can also find snakes like that. Their underbelly scales shine quite prominently at night, although that being said, I still to this day have never seen a snake in a tree at night, so who knows, there's a first for everyone every now and then. It's actually been a phenomenal afternoon. I thought we were going to get rained out while sitting with those lions, but we've been blessed, touch wood, that you know, the rain is holding, which is phenomenal. Well, for us, that is. I feel sorry for the vehicles that are still with the lions, though. It's one of those vehicles, believe it or not, was a Kaya vehicle, so they've got quite the distance to go back home, and now they're the only station that's still with the lions. So if it starts downpouring, I wish them the best of luck. It might take a second or two to get home in the rain. All the spider web starting to accumulate on my little antenna here. I'm sure you can see that little strand there that's kind of lit up in the torch. Well, I mean, compared to some of the other drives we've had this week, I'm not gonna lie, swarm of bugs, bruh. We just got attacked by what seemed to be a swarm of Christmas beetles or something. But considering all the attacks that the G's have given us this whole week, I think today has been a phenomenal drive, and I cannot complain at all. Andrew is the happiest he's been all week. Oh, crisis. That was heavy, heavy lightning, that. You can see the sky's getting dark here again. Up top. So I think what we'll do is we'll loop around Eastervark. Well, actually, we'll loop around Madrid Butt, see if there's no bush babies hanging around in the drainage line there. There's an owl that just flew off. Most likely spotted eagle owl. But we do get various other sorts of owls. So what we'll do for the last remaining bit of time we have is we'll loop around Madrid Putt and cut to the back of Mamba Dam, and then maybe use that slip road, that new road that was created via Mamba Dam, and see if we don't get lucky with anything along that road. I have found a chameleon on Madrid Putt a few times, so you never know, he might still be hanging around. They don't tend to... Oh. But lightning's not great, eh? I know it seems like it's far, but when you're in a car with no roof and everything on your car is metal, it's quite scary, to say the least. It's quite nerve-wracking. My heart in my chest, I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone, but it's going... It's beating very fast. The adrenaline. Did you see that? Please tell me that was on camera. Was it? Oh my golly goodness gracious. It's times like these where I'm like, sure, I actually kind of wish I was in bed. But then again, there's no place I'd rather be than out on safari with all you lovely people. Honestly, the best part, and honestly, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, the highlight of my day. Promise you that. Highlight of my day. What's a little lightning? It's gonna do nothing. Stop speaking like that, Andrea. The universe will show you its power if you keep saying stuff like that. Touch wood, touch wood. Your beautiful lightning, just please don't strike me, is all I can say. Yeah, well, even worse for Basil. Shame, man's holding electrical equipment in his hands as well. And your bucket hat is kind of acting like an umbrella. Nah, you'll be okay. If I'm okay, you're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're good for now. I think it'll still take at least half an hour for the storm to hit us properly, if not longer. Like Mary did mention, the lightning is still quite far off, but it is definitely getting closer and closer every minute. But it is still far enough off that we are in no potential danger as of yet. I'm just hoping with this wind... Oh no. No. Did you see that? I'm gonna stop this vehicle and I'm gonna make you point the camera at the sky, Basil. Where was that big strike from? Down there. Okay, let's cut off at Bierstep and we'll park off. We'll park off at Madrid Pot here. And I'm gonna just sit in silence, folks, and we're just going to admire this lightning for a minute or two. Isn't this electrical storm just out of this world, folks? My goodness, it's vibrant. And when I say electrical, I just mean all those different strands of lightning hitting the horizon. And yes, Mary, it was a big one. That's why Andrew's a bit on edge at the moment as we speak. Andrew's like, should I go home right now? Should I carry on? But I'm going to push through. It's the last 10 minutes of drive. Got to push through. But I do want to see if we can sit and wait and see just one more big one, because I feel like the next one's going to be mighty, mighty electric. Couldn't think of another adjective. I apologize. Oh. Come on, lightning. Now you're making me look bad. I joke about that and say that, and then next thinking lightning's gonna strike 3 meters from the car. I hope that doesn't happen. Quite extraordinary though how the weather changes so quickly. I mean, when we started drive this afternoon, it was blue skies, there were thunder clouds behind the mountain, and then by the time we had already got to the Pride, it had pretty much surrounded us, the whole storm itself. But sure, what a beautiful night. It's actually so quiet out this evening. Not many cicadas going. Can barely hear any frogs. The occasional dung beetle flying because of our car headlights. Oh my word, we caught that one, didn't we? We got that one, eh? I can barely tell. I feel like I can half see the screen when the lightning strikes. It's so quick. My word. Can you imagine slowing that down and putting that in slow motion? That would actually be quite epic. I think I might sit on my porch later when we get home and actually try and photograph that. No, I'm joking. I think tonight Andrew is going to bed. Andrew didn't sleep very well last night. Andrew got 3 hours of sleep last night, so we shan't be staying up late at all. Big, oh. Like I said, folks, Andrew's not afraid of lightning, but he's afraid of lightning. Oh. Come on, bush babies, where are you? Normally hang around here. There's normally one or two that are on this little dip in the drainage here, jumping all about. I thought I saw a chameleon. I did not. I saw a brightly coloured leaf. But that's, oh, there's a scrub here. Marching off into the distance. Oh, Basil, I apologize. I think the lightning's getting to my head a little bit. But there was a little scrub hare here, folks. I don't know where he's gone to now, though. Oh! Oh.
David closing down.
Let's just do this for our birders quick. Where did they go? There's white-faced whistling ducks somewhere here. There's the water thickneys, but I did just see 2 white-faced whistling ducks. So I think I'm gonna just switch off lights here. Copy. And let's just see if they come back. That would be a nice one to tick off as well. I'm just going to turn the torch off for now, folks. I know you can't really see much, but just to give it a chance, see if these white-faced whistling ducks come back. You know, let's try to take every opportunity, see if they come back. I'll give it another 30 seconds or so. Now you can hear bubbling cassinas as well as platanas. A platana is the most common frog species you get in the Lowveld. That call that you can hear now, that is of the bubbling cassina. That like, right? Alright, Basil, let's work together and scan this little horizon here. Nothing there, huh? And down there? I can't see with my naked eye, it's too dark. Can't really see. It's okay though, don't worry. Alright folks, doesn't look like much is here. There were white-faced whistling ducks. I promise you we will get them on the next one. Sunday evening. I promise this is where we will end drive, and this is where we will crack another beautiful bird species. But folks, from myself, Basil and Matt, and everyone here at Painted Dog, thank you for tuning in. At least today the gremlins didn't hit as hard, and yes, now I can say it because drive is pretty much over. So gremlins, thank you for actually working with us for once. I feel like we kind of actually need to give them a bit of a handshake as well. But without further ado, take care everybody. I shall see you Sunday afternoon. Bye for now.